from Colorado's capital city, welcome to Denver. This is Empower Field at Mile High. Today, a good matchup here in the AFC. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen, the rookie Tyler Luke, set to kick things off. Off we go from Denver. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
You know, you think back, Mike, to a year ago, 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round of the NFL draft, and Bo Nix was probably the least heralded coming out of college, but was able to lead his team to the playoffs, and he really did it by earning his job out of training camp, and he never looked back. 29 touchdown passes, the most ever by a rookie in Broncos history.
A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Marlon Humphrey is there to bring him down.
2nd and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Moving the tight end right. Again, it's Harvey. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. A throw over the middle, going to be caught by Franklin.
A 7-yard gain. And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. This one complete to Sutton.
Nix's pass complete to number 14, Cortland Sutton. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 5. Work in the middle, that's Harvey. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
A gain of 6.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
The catch made there by Sutton. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Handoff now for Harvey. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
A first down throw for Nix. Now the They'll set up the screen for Harvey. And he's in! R.J. Harvey. Touchdown, Denver. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He knocks it through. Broncos will take a 7-0 lead.
Broncos 7, Ravens nothing.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
Is there a more exciting guy in the NFL to watch play quarterback than this guy, Mike? I mean, one of the most dynamic athletes to ever play the position. And what's truly unique about him is his ability to beat you both as a runner and equally as a passer. And that's really where his game has developed. Defensive coordinators, they don't sleep very much when they know they're facing this guy and all the problems that he presents. Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
Now the first carry for King Henry. And, oh, they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Broncos' 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here's 3rd and 2. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Gain of 17 yards. And the Baltimore first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Baltimore.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
He's just such a hard guy to get on the ground. You can see just his strength and his ability to fight through contact. But give credit to the defense. They kept coming after him, and eventually they got him down on the ground, and they got him down for a loss.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 4th down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
On fourth down, out is the rookie Tyler Loop for the Baltimore field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. His kick is good. And the Ravens are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Loop to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense ready to get going with their second possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Malachi starts that first-round pick up from his safety spot to make the stop. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Now 3rd and 5.
Throw it. Nix. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On the give, it's Harvey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack. And it's clear why.
That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. So after 1, it's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the 2nd quarter. Here's 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
On the keeper. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 17-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Nick's going to keep it on the zone reads. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
You know, Mike, it's funny when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
One broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, What do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. That's the Pro Bowler from a year ago, Nick Bonito, getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. In motion goes Likely. 2nd down, Jackson. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
It's a pickup of 12 yards. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Jackson now. He'll look for Flowers downfield. And that is incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. To throw is Nix. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Lester on the return. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They run the draw, and here's Henry. And And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
Gain of 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Off the play fake, Jackson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
7 yards.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line to the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
And anytime you have one of these big backs, this is exactly the spot to use him. Just lower those pads, keep those legs moving. He's able to find just enough of a seam to pick up the first down.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 7. Play action now. Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
That's another Baltimore first down. A gain of a yard. And the Raven first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. Open man, that's Flowers. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 6. On the ground, here's Henry. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
A first down throw for Jackson. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be taken down.
It's a gain of 20
That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
1st and goal, Baltimore.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. And this is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. at the very least, got to come away with some points.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And this one blown up. Good serve. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. In motion goes Likely. Jackson now on 2nd down. This one caught at the 4. The Broncos going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job.
And he will do it himself. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Ravens will tie things up. It's now 10-10. All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They're trying to hit him with a screen. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
4th down.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. Cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Jackson looking to throw. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
So I really like the decision here that you're going to throw the ball to one of your big tight ends, but it's the personnel grouping that you do it out of. Bring as many big bodies onto the field as possible, stay with the passing game, and you're able to find one of those big tight ends for a first down.
That's caught. Derrick Henry.
Jackson's pass complete to Derrick Henry. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. Jackson up top again. He takes off. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Jackson now to throw on first down. There he goes again. So hard to get a shot on Jackson. Gave himself up there after picking up the first down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Final play of the half. Jackson. It is brought in the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Ravens.
Touchdown, Ravens.
And that's a bit of a gamble, but I really like the aggressive play call. Understanding here before the half, we don't want 3. We're trying to come away with 6, and he forgoes the field goal try. They take a shot in the end zone, and they come away with a touchdown.
Luke now for the extra point. The kick is good, so add one more, and it will take a first-half lead into the locker room.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Going to go right back to Henry. And he's followed a gain of a yard.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll send Flowers in motion. They're trying to pick this up with a pop pass. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Gain on the play. And the Baltimore first down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Raven first down.
On the give, here's Henry. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
On play action, here's Jackson. He'll step up and run this. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 14
Good job
yards.
breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
A gain of 14.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
In motion goes Likely. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. Not a whole lot happening there, just a short pickup.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
Now Lamar going to hang on to it.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
A run on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. Justice Hill. Touchdown, Baltimore. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
On is Luke to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Ravens move out to a 24-10 lead.
Broncos 10.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
The Broncos offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The line of scrimmage.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
They'll try again here, second and 10. Again, it's Harvey. He'll push forward for about a yard. Mike Green is there on the stop.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Next, from the gun, on third down. He'll take a shot with Mims. And this ball incomplete on third down. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Ravens offense ready to take over once again. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off first and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
From the 41, here's second and 3. On the handoff, it's Henry. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
He'll go again here with Henry. He'll get this to about midfield. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 5. They'll send Flowers in motion. Jackson going to give it up on a pop pass. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. Jackson on target to Flowers, and it's a Baltimore first down.
Baltimore first down. A gain of 19 yards. And a Raven first down.
In motion goes Likely. They'll run it with Henry. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to be taken down. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
On first and 10, Jackson. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Second down, they need 7. Throwing Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe.
And it's third down.
Third and a yard. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is first and goal.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and goal, Baltimore.
Here's the give to Henry, running right. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's another shot from the 6 at second and goal. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he feels the pressure and he'll go down back at the 6.
At one point, it felt like a touchdown was almost inevitable, but now after 2 back-to-back wins by this defense, all of a sudden it seems like the defense is in control, and this drive's in danger of stalling out.
Third and goal. Back to throw, Jackson. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens.
Touchdown, Ravens.
Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Luke now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Ravens will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10.
Motion.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 11.
They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
First down.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. Got it into the hands of Mims. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
12 yards.
It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He connects with Mims. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Here we go. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Oh, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They send Sutton in motion. They'll run for it. It's Harvey. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep it himself. And he'll get this up to about the 33-yard line.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 9. And that one incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This one down the field, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Ravens sending the punt team out there. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. Here comes a return. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. A 1st down throw for Nix. That's caught by Harvey. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Nix to throw. That's swung out to Harvey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They gain 18 yards on that one. 1st down, Broncos.
1st down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Denver first down.
At the 31-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective. You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Third down and
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Broncos.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback. And even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Evan Ingram, touchdown Broncos. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos are able to edge a bit closer.
Broncos 17.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This returnable from the 4. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Jackson on target to Flowers, and it's a Baltimore first down. Now they'll set up to throw. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Ravens.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Play action now. Jackson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. And third and final timeout taken by the defense. So the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Pistol give to Henry. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
They'll drop to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
On is Loop to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Ravens are going to extend their lead.
38. Broncos 17.
Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. On first down, here's Nix to throw. The throw on the run is complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Second down, Nix. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
3 yards.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of
17 yards on that connection. Good for a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll throw. It's Nix. Left side. That's complete. It's Sutton. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
19 more yards.
19 more on that one. And another first down.
First and 10.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league.
The ball comes out. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
2nd and 17 at the 30.
So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.